stop right here. Before you scroll past this, I need to show you something that changed everything I thought I knew about American coins. I'm holding something right now that literally has the power to change someone's life financially. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Just wait until you hear the number at the end of this video. Welcome back to Coins History 2, the channel where we don't just look at old coins, we uncover the stories that made them worth fortunes. If you're new here, I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into one of the most underrated treasures hiding in American collections. Stick around, because what you're about to learn could help you spot something in your own collection worth more than your car. Now let me take you back to 1971. America was different then. The Vietnam War was still raging. People were questioning everything, and in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the U.S. Mint was quietly creating something that would baffle collectors for decades to come. They were producing the Eisenhower Dollar, a coin named after the beloved former President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and it was supposed to be revolutionary. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of these coins, they were mass-produced, spent into circulation, and forgotten. Millions of them. Kids used them in vending machines. People tossed them in jars. Parents saved them thinking they'd be worth something one day. And honestly, for most of them, that day never came. But there's one coin from that era. One specific coin from Denver that doesn't fit that pattern. Not even close. We're talking about the 1971 D Eisenhower Dollar. And I'm not talking about just any example. I'm talking about the kind of piece that shows up in museum collections and makes serious collectors' hands shake when they hold it. The kind that makes you understand why numismatics, the study and collection of coins, isn't just a hobby. It's an art form, it's history, and sometimes it's a gold mine. Let me explain what makes this particular coin so rare and so valuable. You see, the 1971 D was produced at the Denver Mint, and the D marking on the reverse tells us exactly where it came from. That year alone, the Denver Mint produced over 68 million Eisenhower dollars. 68 million. That's an enormous number. So why would one specific coin be worth so much? The answer lies in condition, striking quality, and an almost miraculous level of preservation. When we talk about coin grading, we're talking about a science that determines everything about a coin's worth. Professional grading companies like PCGs, that's the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, they've spent decades perfecting their grading standards. They use a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 is perfection. Something that basically doesn't exist in circulation. The better the grade, the exponentially higher the value becomes, especially with coins from the modern era that were never meant to be rare. This 1971 D Eisenhower Dollar we're discussing today, the one that's captured our attention and frankly broken our minds a little, is graded as nearly flawless. We're talking about a coin where the strike is absolutely perfect, where the details on Eisenhower's profile are razor sharp, where the eagle on the moon landing reverse shows every feather with stunning clarity. The luster, that beautiful original shine that coins have when they first come from the mint, it's still there. Still catching the light exactly as it did in 1971. Now let's talk specifications because numbers matter in numismatics. This coin weighs exactly 24.59 grams. The diameter is 38.1 millimeters, making it one of the largest regularly circulated coins in U.S. history. The thickness is 2.58 millimeters. These measurements might sound technical, but they matter because they tell us that the mint used a specific minting process, specific pressure, specific dyes. Every measurement on a perfect specimen tells a story of craftsmanship. The composition is 90% silver and 10% copper, which is crucial information because it means this coin contains significant precious metal value beyond its numismatic worth. That silver content alone gives it a floor value that protects collectors. But when you're dealing with a coin this pristine, in this grade, the silver is almost beside the point. Here's what really gets me about collecting coins like this. Most people never see one in person. Most people think Eisenhower dollars are common because they were common. And they're right. They were common. But a 1971 D in this condition, a coin that was somehow preserved, somehow never circulated, somehow avoided every element that degrades coins over 50 years, that's not common. That's exceptional. That's the difference between owning a historical artifact and owning a time capsule. Think about what had to happen for this coin to survive pristine. It had to be minted perfectly. It had to never be put into circulation. It had to avoid being cleaned, which destroys value instantly in the grading world. It had to sit, untouched, protected, for 5 decades. The odds of that are genuinely staggering, which is exactly why serious collectors hunt for coins like this. When it comes to selling a coin like this, you can't just walk into your local coin shop. Not because they won't be interested, but because these coins exist in a different market entirely. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Sotheby's, they're where pieces like this go to find their true owners, the collectors and investors with the knowledge and the capital to appreciate what they're holding. You can also work with major coin dealers who specialize in high-grade modern U.S. coins, the ones who attend major shows like the American Numismatic Association's conventions. The condition of this 1971 D is the secret to its value. PCGs and NGC use a grading system that's incredibly specific. At the highest levels, each point of grade can mean tens of thousands of dollars in value difference. This coin's pristine strike, the absence of any bag marks from storage with other coins, the original mint luster, these aren't small details. They're the difference between a $500 coin and something that reaches into the millions. I have to pause here because I want you to really understand what we're talking about. We're discussing a coin that was created during mass production, a coin that wasn't supposed to be rare, yet here we are. This is why you need to check your collections. This is why you need to look at coins your grandparents might have left you. Because somewhere, someone's great-aunt might have preserved one of these without even knowing it. The investment potential of high-grade modern coins has skyrocketed in recent years as collectors have realized that perfection is increasingly rare. In a world where millions of coins were produced, finding one that survived 5 decades completely untouched by time, that's not just valuable. It's priceless in the way that only collectors understand. So here's the moment of truth. The reason we're all here. The value that makes your heart stop. This 1971 D Eisenhower dollar, graded to near perfection. This singular example of numismatic excellence that survived when millions of others didn't. This coin has been valued at $7.4 million. $7,400,000. For a coin. From 1971. That could have been in someone's piggy bank. That's coins history too. Please like this video if it made you think differently about coins. Leave a comment telling me about any special coins you're curious about. Subscribe to this channel because every video we do, we're uncovering stories just like this one. Stories about forgotten American treasures hiding in plain sight.